was an experiment.
And we were the test subjects.
A manufactured world.
But what were they trying to do?
To prepare for the Starless?
And what the hell are these Starless anyway?
They're said to have driven humans to the brink of extinction 500 years ago. To have killed 700 billion people.
700 billion people. We're supposed to believe that? Believe it or not, you don't run hundreds of years of experiments for the fun of it.
Very true. And that's reason enough to have a serious talk about this.
The first step would be to assess what kind of threat these Starless pose to us.
You have encountered these Starless, have you not?
No, only on the monitor.
Yep. All of a sudden, there were like a zillion of them, and Zepheto took off running, but I have no idea what happened after that.
If Zepheto created the dolls as some kind of ARKS training system, then that would mean the Starless are an even greater threat than Dark Falls.
Right. But even if they are, we have no idea when they might show up again. It could be tomorrow, or hundreds of years from now.
There are too many unknowns. I suggest we focus on a threat we can do something about.
You mean the dolls?
They're still active in every region.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Shouldn't there be some way to stop them? In Lucille, at least?
All the resurgent ARKS operatives in there escaped at the same time you did. According to them, they claim to have seen a doll's production facility in Lucille's core. Why are we waiting? The teleporter that goes to Lucille's core isn't working anymore. Why? I wish I could tell you. It could have something to do with Starless, or maybe Zepheto did something. Damn it. After all we've done, nothing has changed. We sacrificed so much for nothing.
That's not true, Glenn.
Then you tell me what we've gained.
We've gained tomorrow. And the day after. And the day after that. We have time.
Ina's right. There's a lot we can still accomplish. One day at a time. Ilma, I need you to get that teleporter functioning again.
You got it.
And there have got to be other ways to get to Lucille and to stop the dolls. After all, this is just one big experiment.
True. There are Ryuker devices, Trinitas. Might be a chance for us to finally get some answers.
Hopefully the resurgent ARKS crew will help us with that.
What of the doll's production facility in Stia? Can we not destroy that?
I plan to look into that again. It's pretty risky, but we can probably do it if we have to.
But what about the whole destroying it will plunge the whole planet into darkness thing?
Still true. It was built to be an integral part of the energy plant. Clever design, I must admit.
Worst case scenario, Alpha loses its power source, and dolls keep getting produced.
Did Zepheto plan it this way?
He's absolutely vile.
Regardless, we need to learn all we can. Moving on. For now, let's focus on evaluating each region's battle readiness. And of course, stay on alert. If we work together, we can ensure that no stone on Halpha goes unturned. Together, we can do this. That was a long meeting. Sorry it took so long.
Hey, can we talk?
What's up?
Don't you think Manon should have been here for this discussion?
Manon. Well, she...
She's with those resurgent ARKS operatives we mentioned. They're all being kept in custody, for now.
She's done nothing wrong. It would just be best if she lay low for a while.
What do you mean?
The resurgent ARKS members are worthy of sympathy. Especially from those who know their situation. Forced to micromanage Halpha like a bunch of robots from the day they were born. Never even being taught the difference between right and wrong. That said, there are still many people who feel a great deal of anger and mistrust toward them. And frankly, I can't say I blame them.
We're still trying to learn more from Manon and Feria. If they can tell us what happened and what parts they played, hopefully, that will bring people around. Still, I expect that it will take some time to smooth everything over.
How long is some time?
It shouldn't be too long. I'll let you know as soon as the time comes.
Okay. I'll trust your judgment.
Thank you. Does that work for you too?
Manon is hurting. Take good care of her.
You have my word. Yes?
If you don't stop her, Manon will just eat the same thing every day. So, please be sure to give her something healthy to eat.
You bet. I'll let her custodian know. Anything else?
I think that's all.
Great. In that case, I'd like to talk about the next steps for the two of you.
We'll do whatever we can to help. Right?
Thank you. On second thought, we're probably all a little tired of talking for now. And this is a pretty important matter for the two of you. We may want to make sure everything's in order before we begin.
So much has happened. Am I ever a real person? I'm so tired. Why can't anything go right?
Oh, hey there!
Aina, Ilma.
Here.
I don't often see you two together.
I was called regarding Manon's inquest.
And I wanted to know every detail.
Don't worry, Manon and Feria are both just fine. Their quarters are a little cramped, but they're not being mistreated. The same goes for the others. The problem is... they all played a role at Lucille, but each one had different responsibilities. The data's inconsistent, so it's tough to present a comprehensive case. But what's even harder than that is trying to get on the same page with them. Like when we say, tell us about Lucille, or something, for example. They start going into detail about its construction and its specs and stuff like that. It's almost like trying to talk to a data mainframe or something.
Manon was like that at first, too. She'd just reply with the bare minimum. I remember my dad having a hard time with that.
For them, I guess, that's probably just their normal.
But Manon's different now.
Yeah, she is. We're essentially having Manon interpret for us at the moment. If we put in the effort, then maybe they'll do the same and come around. At least, I hope so. Oh, and on that note, we've decided to start calling them Lucillans.
Lucillans?
They're not our enemies anymore. Resurgent ARKS is just too loaded, you know? We had to change it.
Makes sense. Lucillan. Yeah, I like it.
You're here.
Oh, a most unusual place to meet. I was told that this plant resembles the one in McQuad. I wanted to examine it myself. The similarities really are uncanny. Ilma was telling me something. According to the Lucillans, there are plants like this everywhere.
Even outside of Halfa?
Yes, that is correct.
The west coast of Alio is constantly under attack. That's why Alio Town was so essential. Maybe there's a plant somewhere out there.
It is quite possible. The Lucillans believe that many are no longer operational, but they do not know for certain.
Is there a way to shut the doll's production down?
Nothing has changed in that regard. No matter what the Lucillans tell us, our hands are tied.
Which means that for now, there's no way to put a stop to their production.
Right. We have no choice but to approach the problem with care.
What are you doing here?
Huh? Oh, look who it is. I was just checking on that environmental control unit over there.
The control unit?
Yeah, that's right. They're those large objects that float at regional borders. They seem to control Halfa's environment somehow. I mean, we've known that for a while now. But the Lucillans gave us some more info about them. They were saying that these things can even be found overseas. This entire island's environment is controlled from Lucille. The atmosphere outside of this island isn't exactly suitable for us. Which means we can't really leave. Oh, when I use the word island, I'm talking about where we're standing right now. The Lycelans referred to it as Halpha Main Island, or Central Island. Speaking of islands, apparently, Resurgent ARKS created a lot of others besides this one. They left most of them empty, from what I hear. Some of them are experimental islands that we only discovered recently. They were called creative spaces, I think. And you can travel to each one of them using Ryuker devices. Well, as long as you have the right address, that is. Have you ever checked one out? If you ever make something, I'd love to see it. Let me know. Show it to me once you're done.
Shall we begin? I'd like to talk about what I'll need from you two, going forward.
Sure.
We need to bolster ARK's combat readiness. And, of course, that will involve training new recruits. I can't think of anyone better suited to that role than you, Ina.
Me?
That's right.
Me? Train recruits? Are you sure?
I am surprised too.
Why would it surprise you? Ina's got a lot of experience under her belt. I'd be there to help out, obviously. Couldn't hurt to try, right?
Can I think about it?
Of course. And now, I'd like to ask for your help. What is it?
It's a distress signal from the scout team. Oh no, their vital signs are fading.
Where are they?
Rezel Forest.
Got it. Dozer, can you take this one?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Right. Good call.
I'm counting on you two.
All right, I'm good to go. Still no intel. Proceed with caution.
Something's off.
It's quiet. I don't hear any sounds of combat.
Sir, I've obtained the scout team's combat logs.
What is it?
I'm not exactly sure.
Well, what do we know?
I've lost vitals on all squad members that sent the distress signal. I've also lost contact with the squad approaching from the other side.
That doesn't sound good.
Number of enemies.
Unknown.
I see.
Dozer. We have to retreat.
Yeah. But why would their readings cut out like that?
Stop! We need to regroup. Please, return to base at once.
What? But Crawford... Understood. Alright, heading back.
Okay.
What are these things?
Wait a minute. Are they Starless? I feel like I've seen them before. I'm making this easy.
New enemy reading. Numbers unknown.
Are you serious?
Is that the end? Oh, Dozer!
I'm so glad to see you back in one piece. Dozer's being treated right now. He'll be fine. Don't worry. He should be back in action soon.
Thank goodness. And the other ARKS defenders?
They didn't make it.
I see.
So those were Starless. Both squads were wiped out. Even Dozer barely. Well, it seems they don't plan on letting us prepare for them, do they? At the very least, now we know what kind of threat we're up against. We must advance battle preparations. Which reminds me, we didn't get to finish talking about that thing I need your help with. I want you to be a symbol for ARKS in the battles that still lie ahead of us.
ARKS symbol?
Well, the common denominator at every decisive battle and pivotal moment has been you. And you just played a key role in defeating those Starless. You're essentially Halpha's guardian already. I'd simply like to make it official. Admittedly, your role as guardian won't be much different. You'll just keep trouncing enemies and helping people out, like you always do. But that should be enough to give us all a little bit of hope. Of course, I know that this is no small request, but I would be truly honored if you would accept.
Of course.
Thank you. It means a lot. Now, I have some work to attend to. I'll contact you about your next mission later. We still have a lot to do for that tomorrow Ina spoke of. This is Central Leader Crawford. I ask you to lend me your ears. I'm here today to warn you of an imminent threat. Lucille, resurgent ARKS. The things we've learned about recently have no doubt come as a major shock to everyone. Though Dark Falls has been defeated, our war against the dolls rages on. And now a new enemy has appeared. The Starless. We recently crossed swords with a Starless vanguard and managed to emerge victorious. Thanks to the same brave warriors who defeated Dark Falls. Though we are faced with new unknowns, we have nothing to fear. This threat, we can overcome if we stand together and finally restore peace to Halpha. By together, I don't mean only Aelio, Retem, Kavaris, and Stia. We will also need to work alongside our new resurgent ARKS allies. I understand that some of you may be hesitant. It's true that their actions have been the cause of much pain and suffering. But now that they've been freed from Zephedo's influence, they are our enemies no longer. They are our stalwart allies. And it's only by joining hands that we'll defeat the Starless. As one heart and one mind. Offer me your strength, and we will bring peace to Halpha.
You okay?
Hey. I'm good. Thanks for asking. I'm just doing a little patrolling. Keeping an eye out for the Starless. We lost a lot of defenders in that fight the other day. I'm not looking to make that a habit. Thanks for your help, by the way. You really bailed me out there. Not my best look, though, I'll admit.
But you saved Aina?
I didn't think, I just moved. I'm glad Aina was alright. I never should have let the enemy get the drop on us in the first place. I was so focused on following orders and returning to base. The only reason we even pulled through is because you and Aina were there. That's not how a squad leader should act. But at least that skirmish got us some intel on the Starless. Now we know how they fight. So we'll never get caught off guard like that again. I've gone ahead and shared what we learned with our veteran ARKS defenders. And hopefully, we'll refine our tactics as we get more and more intel. As our guardian, I'd like you to lead them in this battle. Alright, I better get back to it. The Starless are a threat. Make no mistake about that.
Hey, guys.
Oh, hello. You came at just the right time. Do you have a minute to talk? Feria here was just telling me more about the Starless.
So far, it's been familiar information.
But any scrap of info at this point helps a great deal. I thought it might be a good idea to share it with you, our guardian. Is there anything in particular you would like to know about the Starless?
Where did they come
The
from?
Starless first started showing up approximately 500 years ago. They suddenly appeared from outside of human space and began attacking without provocation.
Sadly, humans at the time were no match for them, and those on the periphery were. Suffice it to say, many lives were lost in the remote star systems.
Does that mean the other regions fought them off?
Right, but The inner regions were mostly left untouched. There wasn't exactly a fight, per se.
After the Starless destroyed the border star systems, they began to expand their offensive, even farther afield. Until one day, they suddenly disappeared.
Did they go into hiding somewhere?
Good question. That's what people at the time suspected. They even carried out a large-scale search. But despite their best efforts, they couldn't find so much as a trace of them.
Indeed, there was no evidence of retreat, nor any indication that they were in hiding.
It seems as though the Starless simply vanished, without a trace. Regardless, the fact remains that they attacked without warning and killed billions of people. Some people saw that as reason enough to take action. And so, Resurgent ARKS was formed. But that's a long story, in and of itself. Why don't we take a little break for now? We can continue again, when you're ready.
That's what the Lycelans told me. I'm sure true.
Very interesting.
Sup? You know, you should probably know about this, too. Do you have some time? Okay, great. Though Dozer's heard this all before.
I'll live.
So, we were talking about dolls. I'm sure you noticed, but the Starless share a lot in common with dolls. I mean, the way they look and move, for example. For example, the ones you fought recently in Rezel Forest look like Pettus and Nogleth dolls. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Dolls were designed to emulate the Starless. They're basically a simulation to prepare us to fight the real thing.
Who would have ever thought, right?
But then again, I guess that's also true of all of Halpha. From the plains and swamps to the forests and mountains, they're all artificial. They're modeled after different kinds of planets. The goal was to combine a bunch of different ecosystems to prepare for the Starless in different environments. The same goes for all the buildings. Trania, for example. Those have been training facilities all along. We were using them for the war against the dolls. But the truth was that all along, we were being trained to fight the Starless.
Which means Zephedo was toying with us the whole time.
Which is why we need to go back and review everything we thought we knew.
Yeah, you're right. If everything really was so carefully planned out, there has to be some secret to defeating the Starless. Somewhere.
Thank you all for coming. Today I'd discuss our surveys of Halpha's various regions. Specifically, how we might better leverage them against the dolls and the Starless.
Is there something wrong with how we're doing them?
Well, there's no problem with the intel, but our methods have been uncoordinated and frankly, inefficient. Which is why I've begun the formation of a joint research team.
A fine idea. But every team needs a leader, yes? Who will that be?
That's a good question. But before I address it, I'd first like to talk about one of our research team members from Alio.
Huh?
Manon. Yes. She and I discussed it, and came to an agreement.
So, does that mean she's free now?
That's right. I'll need her to give me updates, but otherwise, it's business as usual.
Awesome. Would it be alright if we helped out with her research too? The three of us should be together, right?
Unfortunately, I'll need you two to focus on your own duties.
What? But...
I'll need you to lean into your role as our guardian against the Starless. And Ina, I'll need you to look after our new trainees.
Then I'll do it. I'll lead that research team.
Glenn?
I've handed over combat command to Kanui anyway. I've got nothing but time on my hands. I'll take care of Manon too.
It would be a tremendous help.
Let me know if you get any other volunteers.
Will do. Guess I will be the only one.
Ina, we'll probably need your help occasionally. I'll be counting on you.
Glenn...
But in the meantime, just handle whatever Crawford needs you to do. You bear the weight of ARK's future on your shoulders now.
Yeah, I know.
Are we done here? We'll figure out the details once we get the team together.
Right. We'll decide the particulars of an action plan later.